welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's time to move my last 6 months of my planner into my storage system. I get a lot of questions about this, so I thought I'd actually show you the storage system. So let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so this is what it looks like when it's finished. This is 12 months basically. So this was the last 12 months. So I'm going to start a new one so we can do the book for 2020. So what I do is I grab two of these. These are just laminated bits of patterned paper that has the holes punched. These ones are actually out of my old Planner Babe boxes, but if you don't have these, patterned paper with just hole punches are fine. They've obviously been laminated just to protect it a little bit more. And those are in the wrong spot, but that's okay. But then I'm just going to take out from January till June. So I always take it out of 6 months at a time. I leave my actual kind of month dividers in here. So I'll just pull out those months. I tend to put them face down and then I'll move to February, pull all of February out and then continue. So I'm just going to take it all out and then put the rings in, and then we're going to walk through these one by one and have a little bit of a little trip down memory lane. Before we come out of the planner, the only other thing that I do is I grab the 6 months of dividers and I'll just put them at the back, and that's just so that they're out of the way more than anything else. So I never take the dividers out of the planner, they just get moved from front to back. So they're all still there, but now my planner's gone on a wonderful diet. She's not quite so chunky. Makes life a little bit easier. Alright, so we're all done in bluey. I don't actually ever call it that, that just came out of my mouth, apologies. And then we just grab some of these. So these are split rings. I will link them down below. I got them off eBay a long time ago. I keep them in a bag in my drawer. And they basically just keep all of this stuff together. So I always string on one first and then do the rest. So because I have so many of these little flippers, occasionally they fall out. So I try and line it up so I can see the hole and then string it on, and then I just sort of flick in just to check that nothing's fallen out. There we go, I knew something would fall out. So anything that falls out I just sort of put up the top and I'll come back and put it in afterwards. That's the first ring. Now that the rings are all in, I can kind of put the others in, and then we'll go back and add in the bits that have fallen out. So I'll just check that nothing else is, there we go, coming out. Another hint that I should do that I forget to do is open all the split rings first, and that way you can just pick them up. It does make it a bit easier. Now that I've got all those ones in, I'm just going to shut that up. There's just one that's not going through. It could just be that I need to wiggle it, but so I don't lose any of the others, we'll just lock these off. What's happened is this one I've put on some extra on different holes, so that's why it's not sticking together, or not, that last one's not going in, so it's just a matter of moving it. It's all in, and then just as we go along, because I'll walk you through each of these and we'll go down memory lane, but I'll add in the bits that have fallen out along the way. Alright, so we started off all the way back in January. These were the monthly ones that I set myself up with. I really like this, and so you'll see I've continued it the last 6 months, but the boxes sometimes change, and I just mask these off and distress oxide them, and that's just a way to make it look pretty. Oh, I remember back in January when I went back to work and I had to go to Eckersley's. Things I remember. But they had little pop-up things on this one. I loved Northern Lights. It was one of my favourite sets. Oh, this was my Tickle Pink week. So I used all Tickle Pink washi tape that I got out of their advent calendar. And again, I used some little pop-outs to kind of hide things, which was really cool. Oh, I like that one. Still love that washi tape. That was one of mine that came out of the advent calendar. Oh, this one. This was where we went kind of crazy and distress oxided everything. We had our little watermelons. Oh, and the clouds. Oh, and I went to the tennis, you know, when you could go out and do things in the world. I forget about those ones. So then this was an Oscar and Lou Australia Day kit to celebrate Australia Day. I love this one. It's really pretty, and I don't know how many times I've used this green now, but it's one of my absolute favourite washi tapes. I adore it and really should have got some more. And then this was, so I always have, at the end of every month, I have a blank page and it becomes a whatever I want to make it. I think you'll see most of these are actually empty because I just have been that lazy. But this was like stuff that I wanted to buy around Christmas time or just after Christmas. Lists and then stuff to do with the house. So this is actually funny now where we can do this and I can go, okay, the second amount of priorities was the front landscaping, which we've done, my office, which we've done, and the deck, which we've done. The dog door we still haven't done, but we've done the dining chairs. We have not done the walk-in robe. We've done the backyard. We've done the back lawn. We haven't done the ensuite niche or the laundry or the glass for the table, but we've done pretty well. We've done pretty well. So then this was February, so I went pink and blue. Again with the water splatters, AFLW started. Oh, yes. I actually really like this one. I didn't think I would. I need to use that washi tape a bit more, that brown. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. And the little cat flipper. I'm just keeping an eye up here too because I've got to put these back in. Oh, Book Lover 2.0. How I loved you so much. This is seriously, Books and Botanicals I think was my favourite Planners Anonymous so far this year. I think. Now, I've forgotten some of them I'm sure, but I'll come to them in a minute. And then I just had the little pocket that I kept the AFLW in, and then that was supposed to be a list, but it never kind of became one, but it's still there. It had the little hidey hole under there. So this was using the kit that was the Behaven kit out of my advent calendar, and I just added in some Simply Gilded washi to go with it. Stunning. I love the colours. I've always loved the colours, which is why we picked them, but love the colours. Oh yes, this is the Lime and Mortar Tropical one, which this is why I'm undoing it because this needs to have its flipper put back in. But I loved putting the oxide all over this. It was actually a lot of fun. It was really hard. It took a long time to do, but I really enjoyed doing it. And I love the weeks where you turn the page and it's just bright. That's just a lot of fun. So if you want me to do other ones like that, please let me know. Now all of these videos of course have been filmed. All these weekly decorations are on my channel. So if you just link, I won't link them all down below, but just check out the playlist. They'll all be there. So see, look, I didn't do anything. March had a bit of an autumn theme to it, obviously, and I just got out the oxides and some of my PA stamps. Really simple. This one was using now what was it called? It wasn't called Perfectly Imperfect. I don't remember what it was called, but it was an absolutely beautiful kikki.k collection. And this was the last time a lot of people were at the MCG, and it could be the last time a lot of people at the MCG for a long time. And that's something that I still need to do. I still have my ticket, and I need to do the memory keeping of that because I still haven't done it. I've been very lazy, but I'll show you where it will go when I get around to it. This was the gorgeous Vineyard kit. I love these stamps down the side. I think that is probably my favourite way I've used Planners Anonymous stamps, and I like the little pop open thing. These things make me happy. And then of course you have the round 6 on the back. I actually thought that was a real wine stain for a second. And I did, when the whole COVID thing hit, I did kind of put in a couple of bits and pieces, just remembering what was happening. So this says the world went a little crazy today with the COVID-19 outbreak causing footy to be played with no crowds and work to be split into 2 groups so we don't cross over. Everything may still be cancelled, so it's a bit weird. That was what I wrote. Oh, and it was right before I had a haircut and my office was done. There we go, and then kaboom, the world fell apart. Oh, so it was Denise's beautiful fairy kit and all the cancelled and all the rescheduled. This is when the world changed. Oh my goodness. The red actually looks really nice in that kit. It worked out really well. And I have a little coronavirus update here as well to try and keep myself, because I was supposed to fly to Perth that weekend and it got cancelled. Today will be fabulous. No, today was not fabulous. This week was horrible. This was where we got stood down. So I had that little stand down written on here, and then wrote a little bit more in there. This was using some of the Hobby Hoppers washi tape, and then I added in some of the Heidi Swap sticker book with the pink, so it was like my pink week. That's where the memory keeping for the cricket's going to go eventually, when I get to it, I promise. So then moving into April, I did this little lilac thing. I just got a little bit sad here. I had a look and it's got Grandma and Granddad here and Mum and Craig here. I obviously set this up before coronavirus hit because they definitely did not come, which was very sad. This was the Oscar and Lou mega kit. I think it was that what it was called. And again with some little Heidi's on the top. I started doing Heidi's a lot, didn't I? It's very cool though. Very cute. Oh, rainy days! Rainy days might be the... No, I don't know. So I set myself up all this room to be able to write things in, and I swear I didn't do a damn thing, but that's alright. I think all through this, I had the intention of writing everything down, and I just kind of didn't because it was just too hard, and we all know sort of how hard Corona was and still is for some of us, so it was, I think that was okay. It was just the room was there if I wanted to write it. So we had some to-dos on some flip-ups, some happy mail, and then some cards. This was using the sloth kit from Lime and Mortar. Got my gorgeous Anzac week. I still love this week. And I did write down sort of how this Anzac Day went down because it was so different. So I sort of had that written in there, which was a good way to remember it. I didn't quite finish writing everything in though. Then I have my happy mail hidden under that. I still love that. I think that is probably my favourite Anzac Day, even though it was a weird Anzac Day. This was using the Chasing Planner piece box, and I just added in some washi to match it up. Really simple week. That one worked really nicely. And then, of course, I've been so bad with my memory keeping. May, orange and purple. Don't know why. This was my very, very bad week where I tried to do the, tried to use that kikki.k book, and it just didn't work, whatever I did. And I don't hate it, but I look at it and I go, yep, I reckon my nephew could have done that. But then I fixed it by doing this, which was definitely something my nephew couldn't do. And I have the gorgeous mermaids. This one I love. This one is awesome. I think this one's fantastic. And I now have this stamp set. I didn't have it. I was borrowing it at the time. So yeah. This one is... Oh, now I do know who this is from. I think... I can't remember whose kit this is. I'm really sorry. I've obviously got it in my little thing, but I know it was called Time to Relax or something similar to that, which was really good at this point in time to have something that did that. And then we've got the gorgeous Sail and Sea, which had the little flip downs. Again, didn't really write too much in them, but they are there. I often create them just to create them. It's not, if I use all the space, that's fantastic, but if I don't, that's okay too. Again, really bad with the memory keeping. And then into June, which I did rainbows, so I was playing with my Crayola Super Tips and I just decided to do rainbows for June. A gorgeous teal week where I just used up a bunch of scraps. The pug kit, oh, I still love that washi. That worked really, really well. And the little sticker that pops out like that. Love it. We had the Planner Babe, not the Planner Babe, the Michael's box that was Planner Babe. That one was in here. That doesn't feel so long ago, but I guess it really wasn't. And they had your little opening here because we were into round 3. Oh, okay, because that was the footy was back over there. Yep. I missed footy coming back. Sheesh. And then the last one that fits into June was, of course, my little scraps week where I just used just the stickers that came out of my reusable sticker book. I still like this one. I think it came out really nicely. And then a blank page on the end because I'm that bad with memory keeping. That bad. So there we go. That's the last 6 months and how I store them. I'm gonna, actually it's gonna be a job for later on today. I'm actually gonna put like 2019 and 2020 on the front just so I can sort of find them at a glance. Might wiggle some around because I think I've got some that are in like June to July, like other way around. So I'll fix those up. But it's so easy to store them. These are pretty cheap. They're not horribly expensive. And like I said, this is just paper that's been laminated. It's nothing too special, so you don't need anything special to make these up. And it just, if you are a person that likes to go back and remember, I think this is a good way to do it. So thank you for coming on this little walk down memory lane with me. I hope you did enjoy it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know down below which one was your favourite. I always like knowing that, because then I can try and make sure I create one similar going forward. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on all of my social media so you don't miss anything else from me. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!